Hello, welcome to day 6 of our recap on I Choose Life. It's been such a great time going over our previous episodes and rewatching them because there's so many inspirational words, so many food for thought, hearing the word of God being, poured into our hearts to give us strength and hope. If you haven't seen any of our episodes or you need to catch up, please check the description box below for the link to our videos. On our April 2022 edition, which actually starts in a part 1 and ends with part 2 in our next episode, we had our special guest, Pastor Moni Ajiboye, who spoke about how the Lord preserved her and brought her back to life when she passed out as a result of a ruptured uterus during childbirth. The doctor's verdict was that she would never be able to conceive, but as children of God, whose report are we going to believe? Only the report of the great physician who is God. She finally got pregnant, and sometimes you know how the devil is when you have a victory and you're celebrating. He tries to creep in and come in with fears and different thoughts. Well, she goes on about to tell us a story of how she got pregnant again and how she overcame. If you haven't seen any of our episodes, please check them in the description box below. You would find the link. Also like, share and subscribe. Share with a loved one, share with your friends and family, and let them also be blessed by these powerful testimonies. Without further ado, let's go right ahead and look at our recap for April 2022. God bless you.
We're serving God, and I couldn't get pregnant again until about almost 5 years. When it was like, I know people were talking about me. Some people are I've asked somebody, even said somebody told me that why is she carrying one child around like a sack?
Wow.
People from the church, young believers will come, why is this thing happening to you? Why, after all that has happened, why? And I don't know, there are people that will be listening to me, that your situation, people will be asking, people are already asking you why. But you're a child of God. Did you do anything to deserve this? Why is all this happening? We had a lot of whys, which we had no answer to, believe me. But God helped us to be able to put our trust in God, that it has happened, and this is not the end of the world. By the grace of God, I got pregnant. And that was when my first daughter was almost 5 years. So I got pregnant. It was smooth. Usually I have good pregnancy. I don't have problem. I don't usually have problem and everything. So about the 7th day, then the contraction really was strong, and we went to the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. We got to the place and suddenly things just changed in the evening and turned around. The baby was not coming, and I started having contraction. I was contracting non-stop, and it was like my tummy was going to burst into, and I was like, what is this? Before we know what was happening, we just had boom, and taps of blood everywhere, and I was passing. So they had to call all the doctors that were around and try to save me. In the pool of the blood, the baby came out, and about 6 doctors did the operation. So they had to do emergency cesarean section for me, to know what was going on, because the blood would not stop. The blood, and I already was unconscious. They said the blood was gushing out. So I almost bled to death. When I woke up, one of the doctors came to me. He wasn't even a Christian, maybe even a Muslim. He said, look, it was a terrible situation. That the fact that I was able to come alive, that I'm alive, he said it is miraculous. That they didn't know that I would be able to come to life, because what happened was that my uterus ruptured. Like they said, like in 3 or 4 places, it was like tattered, just like a cloth tore, that it was tattered and is of no use again. And the x-ray was there, everything was there, and we went home, and we just thank God. The whole of the city rejoiced in the Lord. Hallelujah. Because God saved my life.